Now, I talked about Sai landing a lot of sweeps before and how he's getting false successes on there. So he just got countered for a block sweep here. So, even if you didn't know your sweep was punishable, you do now. That might not be something that you're trying to process, that you don't even understand that there is the process. But if you go back and watch your own matches, a lot of times you want to know why you got hit. In this particular situation, you'd be like, I got hit because I just couldn't block. I was holding down back, but I got hit, right? Or something like that. And you'll learn throughout time that if you keep doing a move and the opponent blocks it and they hit you back and you can't do anything about it, that's something to learn. That's a lesson to learn. Find out where you're getting hit, why you're getting hit. Every time you get hit, and try to figure out why you got hit. In this case, the answer is obvious, right? You're punishable. So that's one of the best things to understand here. Yes, you do. So Fitz says you should talk about learning your character's best punishes. This is true. We'll get there at some other time because that can be a pitfall too. Learning your character's best punish is a pitfall, and I'll get into that in just a little bit. Okay, so back to this neutral game. Okay, now he just did a drill there. He did a drill. Get swept. Drill. Okay, so that's like throwing out Cammy's sweep. Drill is not safe. It's super punishable. It doesn't even hit low in this game. You can stand block the drill. Drill is not a move that you throw out every once in a while. Now, you'll probably learn that as you play because every time you drill and it gets blocked, they kill you. So you just learn eventually that's not what you want to do. But in this case right now, what's happened so far is that Sai has not gotten to a point where he knows what buttons are the right buttons to use. Now, it's such an unfair thing to say. It is a very, very unfair thing to say because there's nothing out there that teaches you what are the right buttons to use, right? So if you're a beginner player, how do you figure out what the right buttons are there to use without someone literally going, if you use Karen, hit medium kick, do not sweep, do not use Rasenha, etc., etc. Like, if no one's there telling you that, how do you find out? Well, the way you find out is find out how often you get punished for doing something. And so if you throw out drills a lot and you start getting punished, yes, you can block EX drill standing. Yes, you can block EX. Drill does not hit low in this game. So that is really, really, really important. That is really important to know is that if you keep getting punished for something, then maybe that move is not a great move to use. So I definitely can detect that right now, that Sai does not know which are the buttons to use just yet. Alright, so blocks fireball, that's good. Okay, goes for the V skill there. Now, at lower levels, this is fine. This is fine. It's like it's a decent tool. At highest levels, if you watched me play yesterday on stream, I think her V skill is like the biggest garbage move in the world. But, you know, at this level, it's not a terrible button. It's not a terrible move, and in fact, it's probably a good move at lower levels to help you get your offense going. But the problem with it was that he did not have the right distance for it. He blocked it, and he did it. Well, actually, he had a good distance. He had the right distance, and he was trying to predict a fireball. Yeah, actually, you know what? This V skill is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with this V skill at all because he blocked this fireball. So that's like the first time this Ryu has thrown the fireball. So now what Sai is thinking is, oh, I have this anti-fireball move. He's probably going to throw another fireball. So let me go and anti-fireball him. Okay. Perfectly acceptable thing to do. Nothing wrong with that. I have no complaints about that. It's just that later on you'll start understanding that people aren't going to always throw fireballs, that people are going to be trying to bait things like that, and you really have to learn how to use that a little more carefully. And thank you, Kronos HS, for the subscription. Much appreciated, much appreciated. Okay, so he backdashes away, and now Sai jumps backwards. And then he walks into a fireball, and he walks backwards, and he jumps forward again. Okay, so right now I'm detecting that Sai's number one form of offense is walking back into jump distance and jumping. And every time he's done it, the Ryu has happened to jump as well. Okay, we'll get into that in just a little bit later on. The Ryu just happens to jump as well. So that's not a great offense. Now, again, one of those things that it's hard to learn until people tell you, but jumping is not the best option in Street Fighter 5. In fact, in most Street Fighter games outside of Third Strike, jumping is not a really great option to abuse. It's one of those things that you have to use selectively, and you really have to learn your ground game, especially with a character like Cammy. That's another thing too, is whichever character you're using, you have to know what your character strengths are. Cammy's strength is the ground game, is being able to pressure through pokes. So that's something that's very, very important to understand. Okay. Okay, sweet. And it connected. It's a false success. But there's no way for him to know that. There's absolutely no way for Sai to understand that, because it's connecting. So he's going to keep using that button, which is fine. At the low levels, if it's working for you, keep doing it. But you'll start learning that once you start getting into higher levels, people are going to block it. They're going to start punishing you. You're going to lose games for it. We'll see that in just a little bit. You're going to lose games because of it. But you have to understand that early on, when you're learning the game, things that work don't necessarily keep working against stronger players. So you have to understand and have to have the ability to adapt your game to things you find out as you keep playing. Okay. So, okay, goes in there and goes for a meaty, mistimes the meaty, and gets hit by the EX fireball. Okay, so there you're thinking to yourself, okay, just learn the proper meaty timing. So that's something nice to think. Yeah, learn your proper meaty timing. That's a good idea. However, what is the point of meaty standing fierce? Standing heavy punch. He goes for a meaty standing heavy punch. Walks in there, meaty standing heavy punch. And looking at the buttons here, there was no attempt to cancel into anything. It was just a standing heavy punch. That's all he's doing. So let me show you something here. Even if I get my standing heavy punch as a meaty, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't give me a hit confirm. There's nothing. I get nothing off of it. Even if it's a crush counter. So even if I hit it with a counter hit, it doesn't crush counter. It still doesn't give me a combo. So my question is, what's the purpose of a meaty of you going for a meaty heavy punch? Even if you time it right, it doesn't lead to anything. So this is one of those situations that you have to learn and understand what you're trying to do. So you know you're supposed to do meaty attacks, but have a sequence that you know that the meaty attack can get you something. So that's why you see Cammy's use standing medium punch, because medium punch combos into crouching medium punch. So if I know I want to go for the meaty, I'm going to go for standing medium punch like that, because that leads to something. And then when you get this hit, it leads to the drill. It's hit confirmable. It's safe on block. It's a lot of things that you'll learn eventually. But if you're trying to walk up to them and hit fierce for meaty, you're just going to get the damage. You're not going to get much. Now, again, this just comes from understanding your move's properties. Earlier, I don't think he knew that this comboed in a crouching medium punch. I don't think that Sai knew that this doesn't combo into anything. That's stuff that you'll learn as time goes on. So again, not a horrible thing, not a thing that I'm gonna chastise him about, like, oh, you terrible player, why are you doing meaty fierce? No, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine that he went for that. But just understand that that is not the optimal thing to do. So as you play, you'll start to figure out why you want to do things, right? So in this case, if you want to meaty, you want a meaty with something that's hit confirmable and safe on block. So those are the two main things about trying to go for meaty buttons. So he goes for the meaty fierce. So even though he mistimed the meaty, the real thing to pay attention to is why meaty standing heavy punch instead of a different button like medium punch or standing light kick, for example. But light kick is really advanced stuff, so we'll skip that for now. You can cancel the heavy punch into a drill, but there's absolutely no way for you to know that it was going to be blocked or if it hit. So like watch, if I put the computer on random block, if I put the computer on random guard, and I can, oops, computer's like trying to blow me up here. What's the best way to test this? Actually, you know what? I'll test it after a throw. That's what I'll do. So I could do, for example, but see, I didn't know he was going to block it, and there's no way to hit confirm it. And so if he blocks that, then he's just going to blow me up and punish me. So now I'm going to assume he's going to block it, and then so I'm just going to wait. Okay, so he hasn't gotten hit yet. There's really... I mean, look, if you're K-Brad, you can probably hit confirm this, okay? But most people are not going to be able to hit confirm one standing heavy punch. Dude, is he on all guard? No, he's on random, jeez. He's blocked every single time. But in any case, there's no way that you're going to know. There's no way you're going to know. Right? There's no way you're going to know whether he's going to get hit or block at it. So it's just unsafe. You need something hit confirmable to do that. And someone just asked right now, Eli Hendricks asks, how do I know I'm safe on block? And someone responded with some frame data numbers. If you have some time, go to youtube.com/UltraChenTV. Look up the series of from season 5 last year of First Attack called Understanding Frame Data. I talk all about this and understanding how you want to understand frame data and how you recognize moves are punishable or not. It's a long video. It's like maybe it's like an hour, almost 2 hours maybe in total length. But I do go over this in great detail, so check that out if you actually get the chance. Okay, so back to the match. So he went for Meaty Fierce, he missed it, he got EX Fireball on Wake Up, so fine. So he activates V-Trigger, which is cool because that's something I don't ever do. Like, I really need to use V-Trigger more. But the problem is he activated it in a very unsafe situation right here. So that's just something that you're going to learn as time goes on. Don't activate it when you're next to an opponent because they could throw you and punish you and such like that. So, okay, so here's an interesting thing, right? So he activates V-Trigger and immediately goes into low forward drill. Okay, and Ryu misses his counter with crouching medium kick. Now, here I'm gonna go back to the screen over here, and this is just something to know. This is again move property knowledge. Oops, I had the wrong screen. I had the wrong screen up. Let me go back and do that. Sorry, my bad. Gets hit by the EX Fireball. Walks up, activates V-Trigger. Was too close. Ryu was too close. Probably the wrong thing to do at that time. But he immediately goes into low forward drill here, and it's blocked. And Ryu misses with his crouching medium kick. Let's do this real quick here. If Ryu blocks and counters with a sweep, he will punish you. He will punish you. So that's something you're gonna learn as well. Like, oh, okay, so drill is not actually safe. V-trigger drill is not actually safe. And you're going to get punished for it. However, let's talk about this scenario just a little bit here. I'm going to record another guard recovery action. And crouching medium kick. Crouching medium kick, okay? Because that's exactly what we just saw. So I'm going to turn on crouching medium kick as the guard recovery action. So, whoops. And crouching medium kick misses that we saw here, right? So let's say I'm a Cammy player and I go crazy. Andre Stander asks, Was it wrong to V-trigger because Ryu had enough time to block? It was wrong to V-trigger because if I activate V-trigger like this, V-trigger has delay. Look how much time it took for me to block. So let me do something. Actually, I'll jump instead. Let me show you guys this. I'm going to set Ryu to jump. And you'll notice that Ryu jumped significantly earlier than me. Alright, I'll do that again. I'll do that again. Watch Ryu's jump timing compared to Cammy's jump timing. So I'm going to set Ryu to jump. And notice that he jumped before me. That is because there is delay after V-trigger activation. So once I activated that V-trigger, let me do something really quick here. Let me set the computer to record throw. So I just set the computer to throw. So I'm going to do this, go all the way over here, and I'm going to, restart, activate V-trigger, and I'm going to set the computer to throw now. Oops, did he not throw? Oh, does that not work that way? Oh, because I have to keep mashing it, that's why. How am I going to test this? How am I going to show this? I can mash throw. I can totally mash throw. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so I just mash throw a bunch of times, right? So let's do this again. Let's do this again. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, so what I'm going to do, now I'm going to set the computer to throw, and I'm going to try to jump away. I can't jump away, so I held up back, and he threw me, right? So basically the reason why that V-trigger was bad in that situation is because there is delay. The opponent can punish you for activating the V-trigger that close. So that's not a good idea to do at that point in time. But back to what I was talking about here. So what we saw in this video over here was that Cammy activated V-trigger, not the right time. So, I mean, that one wasn't terrible, but Ryu was in the middle of dash, so he might not have been able to punish it. But still, that's just, if you didn't know Ryu was going to dash. You didn't activate it because you knew he was going to dash in that situation. There's no way he could have told that he was going to dash there. So that was just an unsafe place in general to activate it because Ryu could have been walking forward and hit him with the standard medium punch instead or something like that. But here we go. He does low forward and drill. So as we know, as I've shown you already in the actual game screen here, that when whoops. Damn it. Okay, that if he blocks this, sweep will punish me. Did I delete the sweep? Oh wait, what, was it this one? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So sweep will punish this. Sweep will punish that, right? So again, it's an unsafe thing to do. It is not something that you want to do. So low forward to drill in this mode is not what you want to do because Ryu can sweep it. However, there is a pretty decent chance at this level when you're playing that your opponent doesn't know that sweep will punish it and crouching medium kick will miss. At highest levels, yeah, you never ever want to do this because most people will know how to punish this properly. But at this level, you probably can't be guaranteed of that. So let's just say you're playing around and you go for a Hail Mary low forward drill like that. If you see it get blocked, you're going to think to yourself, well, he's supposed to punish me. But then you can also think to yourself, maybe he doesn't know how to punish it. Maybe he's going to whiff a button. If he's going to whiff a button, I'm just going to do low forward drill in reaction. Just going to do it. Just going to do it. So there you go. So even on a mistake, you have a plan. Like, I know I'm supposed to be punished. I know I'm supposed to be swept by Ryu. But there's a chance that he might not know So if he hits the wrong button and doesn't punish me, I'm going to have a plan to counter him already. I'm going to have a plan to counter his counter already, his failed counter right there. So that's a trick right there. That's even on a failure, you already have a plan. And that's something key to learn about in fighting games as well. So if you don't know that your opponent knows how to punish it, just go for low forward drill afterwards, because most likely they're going to try to punish it. And if they come out with the wrong button, that's it right there. So yes, it's not something you should rely on. And sometimes I've done it on stream. You've seen me. I'll just like go for a low forward drill, kind of hoping that they don't know how to properly punish it. And then I just counter them with it. Sometimes that happens, but you know you're supposed to get swept. But in the case they don't know that they're supposed to sweep you, you have a reaction built in already. So there you go. So let's keep going there. He misses that, and then he sweeps him. Boom, he sweeps him. Okay, gets a crush counter, dashes in there. He goes for a immediate axe kick. Okay, blocked, and then just walks into the sweep. He just felt like it was his time to move forward, and he got caught by the sweep. That happens to the best of us. There's nothing terribly wrong there. But in general, it's not particularly the safest of tactics, and I don't think that there was any particular read that Sai had. He just decided to start going forward, and he got swept. That's fine. That's going to happen in here. But we haven't talked about reads yet, so I've just been pointing everything out from the Cammy's point of view so far. Let's move on to round 2 real quick. Ooh, shoot. I apologize. This is why I need a stream producer, man. It's hard to do all this all at once. Okay, so he whiffs with that. He gets the counter hit sweep. And then Ryu does the back heavy kick right there. Blocks it, and then just gets swept and dies. That's all that happens really there. So counter hit sweep. Boom. Just got caught by that, and that's it right there. I suppose at professional level, if you go for low forward drill, you are lucky if the opponent doesn't manage to punish you properly. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct, Andre Stander. Pretty much at the highest levels, that's going to get punished. The opponent should already know the proper punish. But there is the chance that they just forgot, they didn't react with the right button, or something. You never know. That's just plan B, which is a terrible plan. Terrible plan. But have plan B ready anyway. So, so here we go. Why don't I download the video? Actually, that's a good question. Maybe I'll do that for next time. But here we go. So he got swept there. That's fine. Like I said, he was walking forward and he just got swept. He thought it was his time to attack. So let's go to round 2 now. Okay, immediately jumps in, hits jumping medium kick again. We've already talked about that. Probably would be better off using jumping heavy kick. Heavy kick in general in this game is probably the best go-to button to start with. I would say for like 90% of the characters. So, Burpinator says, checking to see if your opponent knows how to punish things is like checking to see if their anti-airs are on point when you attempt jump-ins. And that is very true. It's very, 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 very true. If they are anti-airing you, then you stop jumping and go for a ground game. Exactly. So sometimes you just check to see if your opponent knows how to punish it properly. And yes, Javoyan, Ryu's back heavy kick is nerfed to -2 on block. So technically it is Cammy's turn, so that might have been why he was going aggressive, but I don't think that he knows the frame data of the moves just right there. He totally could have challenged it and should have challenged it, not by walking forward necessarily or by maybe just by hitting a button right away. But like I said, I don't think that was the read. And I'll get into reads later on. So I'll get into the reads later on. So round 2. Okay, jumping light kick this time. Okay, so he had a different button ready to go. Okay, that's fine. But again, it's the same pattern again. Oh, okay, so he really does have this cross under thing going for him. I like it. So jump medium kick, walks back, jumps again. So this is definitely his form of offense. So this is all that that Sai is trying to do. He is trying to walk back and jump at his opponent all day. At this point in time, I would honestly advise Sai to learn the ground game. To learn Cammy's ground game. That is where Cammy shines. So what is her ground game, you ask? Her ground game is entirely this button, standing medium kick, and crouching medium kick. These are your best buttons with Cammy. Also pepper in a few crouching fierces, because crouching fierce has the best range, as you can see here. Whoops. Ooh. But barely the best range. Oh, wow. Okay, look at this. Ugh. Okay, but crouching fierce has a better range than crouching medium kick, and standing medium kick, I think it even has a better range than standing medium kick, if I'm not mistaken. No, standing medium kick is her best button. This is her best button. This is just the best button. You want to learn this game right here. This is what you want to learn here. Like poking with these buttons like this, and trying to get in there, and then dashing in after with buttons like that. This is what you want to learn with Cammy. This is what you've got to perfect with your game. So right now, your game so far has been walking back to jump distance and jumping at your opponent and hitting buttons. And you're using jumping medium kick, which is not even the greatest button at this point in time. But yes, Cammy is about spacing, is about poking, is about knowing what the distance you are against your opponent. And the reason why you throw out these short range moves like this is so that you're not always obvious and it's harder for the opponent to whiff punish you. And then that's what you want to do with Cammy. You want to get in from the front like that. So that's something to learn, to practice in your game as you continue playing this. Okay, so he does do the under here again, and so that's definitely something he's doing intentionally, but same situation, stand light punch into stand medium punch. Not a combo, so it's not going to work. So you're better off just doing raw medium punch from the get-go, because if they get hit by it, then you can convert into crouching medium punch in the drill. And yes, I agree with Northern Rufio very much. To not lose is a very bad goal for a beginner. Very, very, very bad goal. Okay, so there you go. So he does walk under, and now just trying to jump in. So very much repeated jumping in. So he's at this range right now where he's trying to jump in. Ryu jumps away, he backs off a little bit, tries to jump again. Walking backwards jumping is definitely something that Sai really enjoys to do. And it is not the best option, especially since Cammy wants to be moving forward a lot. Again, jumping medium kick, not what you want to do. Could be missing dive kick again, because based off the inputs, just could be missing the dive kick code. No, actually, I think that was just... Yeah, I think he is trying to dive kick. I think he's trying to dive kick, and it's just not coming out. So that's just execution practice right there. Because you can see, again, there's a down back into kick. And he just keeps missing the down back command right there. Okay, so he's missing his dive kick. Okay, air to air again, because, again, same kind of situation here where all he's trying to do is jump at him. Walk back, jump. Jump at him. Walk back, jump. Okay, then he gets the hit there.